And we are live. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 75 of Checkpoint, your number one show, rounding up all the hottest gaming news stories of the week and discussing all the relevant topics that you need to know about. I'm one of your hosts, Vincent DeSantis, and today I'm joined by an undercover app developer and next up on the App Store charts, the one and only James Walmer. James, how you doing today, dude?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Good. I know the app is still under wraps, but when it releases, then we'll talk about it.
Then we'll talk about it.
Yeah, boom, secret, very secret.
Big things.
Thank you, audio listeners, and tell... I wrote thank audio listeners and tell people where to find us on YouTube, and I literally just read that instead of saying thank you, audio listeners, for listening to Checkpoint. And if you're an audio listener and you haven't checked out our YouTube, please go do that. We are running it up to 1,000 subscribers. We are trying to get this layup, baby, this 3-point half-court shot right in, okay?
Like
Ratings...
LeBron James in Space Jam 2.
Exactly like it, I guess. I haven't seen it, but exactly like it. And if you hit us with the rating on audio platforms, it helps boost us up on all the charts and all that kind of stuff. So that helps us out a lot. Today's Checkpoint episode is brought to you by Manscaped, but we'll tell you a little bit about that later. James, how are you doing and what are you playing?
Oh my gosh, Vincent. I had a really good response to this at first.
Okay.
But I completely blanked, so I'm just going to tell you what I'm playing.
Okay.
I'm playing Hollow Knight.
Oh, yeah.
Breath of the Wild again.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, every time I jump into Breath of the Wild, it just makes me want the Switch Pro.
Yeah.
Because I go back into the Korok Forest and it's Frame City.
Yep. I just recently did all those shrines and it was Frame City.
It really is Frame City.
Yeah.
I just want it to look like just because the art is gorgeous.
Yeah.
But it's the technical side of it that it really just kind of chugs.
Right.
Like the Switch does what it can, but
mm-hmm.
It's also interesting, like, because Zelda came out so early in the life cycle of the Nintendo Switch.
Right.
That I'm like, oh, we've just really hit the ceiling, like, right then and there.
I'm very curious to see the performance differences because I don't know how much of a performance difference it's going to have besides a nicer screen. It's not like they're packing a new chip in there, like a new something or other, you know? So we'll see. I don't know if it's
No. I'm not talking about the OLED. I'm talking about after that.
Oh, whatever's next.
Whatever's
fourth
next.
release of the Switch. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Good. Anything else?
Damn.
Dark Souls more? No?
I beat a boss.
Nice.
I
Cool.
beat Prince Lorien and Lothric. Took me like a week to beat him.
But worth every second?
And worth every second.
Good.
Absolutely incredible. I've been playing Hollow Knight.
Yep.
I'm mad at Hollow Knight right now because I'm just in this one area where I can't find the map.
Okay.
And so every time I die in this area, I can't find my old body
Sure.
to get my, my meter back. And it's just a hassle.
Well, it sounds like a fun time. You're still enjoying Hollow Knight?
Still enjoying it. Game's
Good.
beautiful. Love the soundtrack.
Yeah.
It's a great time.
I got to get there eventually. This week I have been playing a lot. I played a lot of Genshin this week. It's been awesome. It's been really cool to jump back in.
A lot of Persona 5.
we're getting there. Now that Scarlet Nexus is platinumed and returned to GameStop, I have more room in my life for another JRPG. Okay.
Yeah, you do. Yep, you do.
But I also played more Ratchet and Clank, which is so freaking good, dude. I've played the whole like part where there's like pirates and stuff, and you like, it's so great. The whole pirate world. I cannot wait to play more of it. It says I'm 52% done, dude, and it just makes me so sad. That's like 50% of everything. The story's like, I have like 2 more missions, maybe.
Oh.
It really is short, but I can't wait to finish it. It's gonna be great. And then I also restarted Spider-Man Remastered. Only got like 30 minutes in, but I love it.
I installed Miles Morales.
Oh,
I told you that,
it's
but I
so
installed Miles
good.
Morales because I never finished it. I got
Yeah.
like, I don't know, like half the way through.
It just didn't connect with you or what?
I just liked Spider-Man Remastered so much that I just.
Oh, you played those back to back too.
I played them back to back.
They're the same game, but like slightly.
It's just Miles Morales feels a little like when you go from back to back, you notice the things that like you miss from the full Spider-Man game because you realize that Spider-Man Miles Morales is like a standalone DLC.
But they give you more powers.
You don't have more than you had in.
Not more gadgets, but you have the Venom powers in Miles Morales.
Yeah, but I don't think it evens out.
Okay. It did for me, I think. Okay. Fair. Yeah, but I love Spider. I want to replatinum Spider-Man Remastered or replatinum Spider-Man in general. Okay, that's pretty much all I've been playing. That's about it.
Sweet.
But guys, unfortunately, there's like a lot of news going on in this industry right now that is not great, not very cool.
But it's good.
It's good to talk about. Well,
I mean, it's news that'll hopefully lead to good things.
Good change. Yes. Right. And it's honestly, it was kind of disgusting like writing about this. This article is like not good at all. I saw it yesterday. We talked last week about Activision and Blizzard and all the cases and all the, not cases, but the case that the state of California has against Activision Blizzard. Kind of what went into that. But just since then, there's been so much more that has just come out about this, and it's horrible. It's terrible to think about that this is happening for so long, even. Sorry, there's a plane going over my house right now, and it's very loud. Okay, can't hear it. Beautiful. So this article comes from Kotaku, and it's literally titled "Inside Blizzard Developers' Infamous Bill Cosby Suite." Disgusting. I saw the picture that they posted. It's a bunch of guys holding a picture of Bill Cosby at an E3 suite in 2013. But we'll get into that. So here's how it starts. Since news broke out last week of widespread allegations of sexual harassment and discrimination at Activision Blizzard via a legal complaint from the state of California, many top male developers there, both current and former, have responded with shock and dismay. While many claim they weren't aware of the problematic frat boy culture that we talked about last week, leading to accusations of sexual harassment and assault at the hands of male Blizzard employees, comments and images shared on social media paint a different picture. Based on photographs and screenshots of Facebook posts obtained by Kotaku, it's clear that people beyond Alex Afrasiabi, the man named in the lawsuit, and a longtime World of Warcraft developer, were aware of the Cosby Suite mentioned in the lawsuit. That was apparently a nickname for Afrasiabi's BlizzCon 2013 hotel room, and seemingly a reference to the name of the previously convicted rapist Bill Cosby. Afrasiabi worked on World of Warcraft beginning in 2004, designed some of its biggest quests, and eventually became a creative director on the 2016 Legion and 2018 Battle for Azeroth expansions. He's also the only person outside of Blizzard president J. Allen Brock outright named in the lawsuit, a fact that made it easy for many to try to distance himself from Afrasiabi's actions. And sorry, this article is a little long, but I've only included like maybe 20% of the article. It's a very long article. I try to clip out the most important parts. This is just kind of like paint a picture.
It's from Kotaku, by the way.
Yeah, from Kotaku. We'll link this below. This one's very important to read as well.
Yeah.
Quote, during a company event, an annual convention called BlizzCon, Afrasiabi would hit on female employees, telling him he wanted to marry them, attempt to kiss them, and putting his arms around them, the complaint reads. Quote, this was in plain view of other male employees, including supervisors, who had to intervene and pull him off female employees. Afrasiabi was so known to engage in harassment of females that his suite was nicknamed the Cosby Suite, after alleged rapist Bill Cosby. But the, quote, Cosby Suite was more than just a nickname or a joke. Based on images and comments Afrasiabi posted on his Facebook, supplied to Kotaku by a former developer at Blizzard, it was reportedly a booze-filled meeting place where many, including Afrasiabi, would pose with an actual portrait of Bill Cosby, which is pictured here. I know you guys can't see it, but imagine like 7 or 8 guys like hanging out in a bed. I mean, they're just like, they have like flannels on and stuff, and they're holding up a picture of Bill Cosby as if they're like, he is the leader of this frat. That's what it looks like. And not only that, the captions and comments are both written by and refer by name to other Blizzard employees, the picture shows. One ex-Blizzard source familiar with the people presented in the picture identified an HR representative as one of the Blizzard employees. The people that are supposed to stop this kind of stuff in the picture, in like engaging with this. And so there's a picture posted from Facebook in 2013 from Alex Afrasiabi's Facebook, with a picture from the hotel room with a lot of alcohol, a lot of alcohol. And it says, the caption for this photo is day 0 preparations made, Cosby Suite in effect. Okay. In the comments, it says, baller, see you at the show this weekend. Well done. Rock on. And those are all from Blizzard employees, apparently. Another image from the same Facebook album shows a screenshot of 2013 group called the BlizzCon Cosby Crew. In it, former Blizzard designer David Kozak writes, "I am gathering the hot chicks for the cause." Quote, "I am gathering the hot chicks for the cause," referring to Bill Cosby. And Afrasabi says, quote, "Bring 'em. You can't marry all of them," Alex Kozak writes. Quote, I'm Middle Eastern," responds Afrasabi. Jesse McCree, currently a lead game designer at Blizzard, writes, "You misspelled fuck," referring to the comment that says you can't marry all of them.
Yeah.
Currently a lead game designer at Blizzard writes this. Not just some random dude, too, that's trying to make a joke or something.
Executive.
These people work together. He's talking about his coworkers in this, which is mind-boggling to me.
Appalling.
This is 8 years ago, James. Nothing's been done. He's still currently a lead. Okay?
Fucking insane.
The HR stupid dude is doing the same deal.
Working with the cause.
A couple more bullet points here. According to one source with knowledge on the hotel room, the Cosby Suite name was a play on the comedian's iconic ugly sweaters and didn't have any sexual connotation, at least not when the joke began. Instead, they suggest that it was a running joke that was the room in question looks dated, like the sweater. Another ex-Blizzard source pushed back on the claims of the Cosby Suite was a joke about ugly board room sweaters, noting that when Blizzard moved to its new Irvine, California campus in 2008, the office had been freshly painted, and to their knowledge, there was no infamous ugly boardroom. This is purely sexual joke. So
absolutely.
Moreover, regarding the source of the joke, many of the captions and comments posted to the 2013 Cosby Suite album are sexual in nature. There's a whole Facebook album. This Facebook page is completely deleted, by the way. You cannot look. I'm assuming there's even more self-convicting things on this.
Yeah.
I saw this picture, absolutely disgusted. I don't know if if any of you guys that are watching this are following any sort of gaming personality on Twitter at all. I'm sure you've seen countless tweets.
#ActiBlizzard.
Right. All that kind of stuff about people actually working there that have gone through this sexual harassment in the workplace. That stand with their coworkers that have gone through this type of stuff. It's just, I thought last week's article was bad, and then I read this and I was like, it's so much worse. It's so much worse. And I really didn't think it could. And I'm sure it will too. I'm sure they'll find more stuff, which is disgusting. And so, I mean, after this, there's so much more to this article that you should definitely go read. I thought this was like the big bulk of it, though, that people need to know. And then Polygon reported just literal hour after this came out that Alex Afrasabi has now been fired. Here's what I have to imagine, James.
You cut out for a second, Vin.
Sorry.
You said he's been fired.
Yeah, he's been fired. Just hours after it came out. I'm assuming he had already been on the chopping block. When all this stuff came out, Activision has to do something to weed out these people that they know, right? And so with stuff like this, it only made sense that they fired him. But still, that doesn't matter. One person, there's so many people in these photos. He might have been a certain ringleader on certain things of this, but if he's cultivating that work culture, there's other people that have embodied that work culture, right?
Absolutely. I mean, it's been in place since, when was this taken? 2013 or 13?
Yeah. 13. And I mean, assuming it goes back further. This guy's been here for a long time.
That culture has been established.
Yeah, has not changed whatsoever.
No.
So, I don't know. It's disheartening to learn about and just to read about.
With this and the article we're going to read next, it's I saw a lot of Ubisoft employees standing in solidarity with Activision because we've seen a lot of this like similar culture going on at Ubisoft and sexual assault and toxic workplace culture, which is I mean, you hate to see that going on, but it's cool to see them standing in solidarity with other studios.
Right. Got to band together, work together.
Yep. Come on.
James, take this next one.
Activision Blizzard's plan to walk out Wednesday to protest the working conditions. This is an update. So yesterday, following days of informal protests and denouncements of their company's response to the California Department of Fair Employment and Housing lawsuit, Activision Blizzard employees are holding a formal walkout yesterday, Wednesday, July 28th, calling on leadership to improve conditions for specifically women. saying, quote, "We are encouraging employees to take whatever time off they feel safe to," an employee rep told Kotaku. Quote, "Most of us plan to take the full day off without pay, but we understand some people, like contractors and associates, and those who are paid less than they deserve, might not have the ability to do so." The announcement of the walkout is accompanied by a statement of intent letter addressed to Activision Blizzard management. The letter states that employees believe their values are not being reflected by management and issues a series of demands meant to improve working conditions for those subjected to harassment and discrimination. Meanwhile, the hashtag ActiveBlizz walkout hashtag is trending on gaming Twitter. Not anymore, but it was yesterday.
Yep.
As support from gamers and developers around the world pours in. Gamers in particular are calling for a boycott on playing Activision Blizzard games for the duration of the event. You saw like a lot of digital picket lines that you cannot cross, such as playing or streaming Hearthstone, WoW, Overwatch, Hearthstone, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah.
The big Warzone / Overwatch / WoW streamers are not going to stream those games, and they didn't yesterday.
Well, and that's the sad part is like, yes, the biggest people didn't because they have that influence.
Yep.
But I mean, I think people took that opportunity like, oh, the big guys aren't going to stream it. I'll stream it instead because that's going to push me to the top. That was the mindset that I saw from this. I don't know if that was really a thing or not, if they were thinking about that, if they even knew about that. But
did you like go to the Twitch community? And,
oh yeah.
Like, look
I went to browse.
You saw it?
Oh yeah. Usually there's like 400 to 500,000 people watching Warzone at any given time, right?
Wow.
There's only like 90,000, which is a big change. It's
that is a big change.
Huge difference. I mean, let's say that's at peak times when Nick Merckx is streaming it, Tim the Tatman is streaming it, blah, blah, blah. Like the big boys with millions of followers, right? And none of them were streaming it. They were all playing Apex or other things that day. But there's still people with good sized followings, hundreds of thousands of followers playing. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It seemed like bad taste. Regardless of if they knew or not.
Bad taste.
I feel like you need to know. Like,
it's hard to not know when you're that big.
I agree.
And you're that involved in a gaming community, and I feel like there's such a high likelihood that maybe someone in chat would bring it up.
Totally.
You know?
I almost wanted to go in and say something.
Yeah, for real. Like, hey, dog, you shouldn't be streaming this. There are people who are out there being harassed at these studios.
It's sad, man. It's sad. Although I think it's really good for us to talk about this. I mean, 100%. If people really don't know about this, you should read up on this. We are not doing it justice just by talking about it here.
Absolutely not.
It gets much worse when you hear the stories of the actual people on Twitter, the threads that people have gone through. I mean, it brings up the story where like 2 years ago, the Blizzard employee went off to like a conference or something with her supervisor. She came back and she committed suicide because of the things that he did. So it's just sick and disgusting, and they haven't changed anything in a long time. And it's really horrible to hear about. It really is.
We need change in the gaming industry.
Yep. Totally. So, okay. We talked about Activision Blizzard. Now, I want to get in to Manscaped, baby. Let's freaking go. Support for Checkpoint is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Champions of the world. Manscaped offers precision engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped just launched their 4th generation trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0. You heard that right. The 4.0. Join over 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer just for you, James. Just for you.
Just for me.
Just for everybody listening right now. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with code strictlycasual at manscaped.com. James, you and I have been using the Manscaped. We got the package from Manscaped. We've been going. I'm about ready. I'm about due for another Manscaped session. But
me too.
The one thing I always want to talk about is that first unboxing, just the high quality packaging, that ceramic blade, all just the pieces that unfold is very nice. It's just nice. It's great build quality, the whole dealio. James, tell me a little bit about using the Manscaped this week, if you used it.
I just did a little bit of scheduled maintenance.
Scheduled maintenance,
just a little scheduled maintenance, little Saturday morning lawn mow.
Totally.
Fresh in the morning, still had some morning dew. No, I'm kidding.
Right.
But no, gotta keep things looking nice, because if you let it go, it's just welcome to the jungle. You don't want to be in the jungle. Okay?
No, you definitely don't.
We want to be in the savannah, like a lion.
It's a little hot down there though.
Uh, it
I think
can if you let it get hot.
With the Manscaped, it relieves the Savannah Desert type dealio.
Very much so.
You don't want no sand crotch. I will say that's the worst.
You don't want no sand crotch.
So I was talking to Ryder the other day on Freeze Frame about Manscaped, right? And he was telling me he just brings that baby in the shower and just gets it done. And I said,
do that. It's waterproof.
I said, I forgot it's waterproofed, and that's what I'm gonna do next time. I'm gonna do it. I can't wait. It's gonna be great.
I'm worried about clogging the shower drain.
Well, okay,
I got some thick hair.
Do a Manscaped sesh outside, and then maybe when the cleanup sesh, you could do that in the shower. You know what I mean? You just gotta plan it out.
Great idea.
But another nice part about using the shower is the skin safe technology, baby. James and I like to go bare blade. We don't even use the guards. It's not recommended.
We're crazy like that. It's not recommended.
But it works great.
But we do it because we're crazy.
So guys, thank you so much. This is incredible. Manscaped, give 20% off and free shipping with code strictlycasual at manscaped.com. That is 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code strictlycasual. Unlock your confidence with the new Lawnmower 4.0 from Manscaped. Thank you, Manscaped. Bang, bang.
Thank you, Manscaped.
James, send it.
Here's everything you need to know about PS5 SSD storage. So, you aren't satisfied with your 667.2 gigabytes of usable storage on your PS5?
Because I'm not.
Well, we got news for you, Vin. Well, now, as a part of Sony's beta test program, Sony has included instructions for everything you need to know about upgrading your storage. However, there's a lot of ambiguity even still. First of all, there's a concerning notice about requiring adequate heat dissipation through a heat sink for SSDs that also may be required, depending on the SSD you choose, which still causes a little bit of confusion.
Real quick, on your PC, James, for an SSD, do you have an SSD in your PC?
Yes.
Do you have an M.2 or do you have like a drive?
No, I have a drive.
Okay, so my SSD that I bought for the it's an M.2 and it came with a heatsink. So people are freaking out about like, oh, you have to buy a separate heatsink that's gonna fit on and stuff. Like it just comes with it. You just peel the thing and you just put it on. It's like, I don't know.
Oh, okay, incredible. Yeah. That is okay. I think people are getting a lot more worked up about this.
Me too.
And yeah, okay. However, at Nibelian on Twitter and IGN have listed some M.2 SSDs that quote should work just fine.
Yeah.
IGN Associate Tech Editor Taylor Lyles, or at TayNixter, took to Twitter. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of panic and concerns, which I understand, but I want to try and ease the stress and say I have already had some companies that make M.2 SSDs say that they are testing out which of its SSDs are PS5 compatible. I will keep y'all posted when I get more info. And that's all we have right now, aside from Seagate, which has come out and said it has its confirmed first PS5 compatible internal SSD, which will cost $170 for 500 gigabytes, $275 for 1 terabyte, $570 for 2 terabytes, and $1,050 for 4 terabytes.
A lot of money, James.
These prices are not unheard of.
No, I mean, SSDs. Dude, it's like how much? $300 for Xbox One's cartridge slot thing? Mm-hmm. That's an extra terabyte?
Yep.
Jeez.
Here's the thing though, that a lot of people are like saying is that the Xbox's SSD is a lot more user friendly than the PS5.
Totally. All you got to do is take it out and put it in.
You literally plug it in.
Yep.
With PS5, you got to open that side panel and like put it in the little designated slot.
Yep.
And maybe put on a little heatsink.
So if you have a PC and you've done this before, it's very easy. But I'm not gonna lie, when I was building my PC for the first time, I got stressed about every single part. I'm like, I want to make sure I do this right. I want to make sure everything works. And the truth is, it's a little flat thing. You plug it in, you bring it down, you screw in the end, and then you put the heatsink on top of that and it's just a little sticky thing. It just makes sure that the heat goes up instead of just like stays on it. It's it's just a plastic piece, but it is a little nerve-wracking. Like if you've never done it before and you're like, I don't know what a heatsink is. Like I don't know what an M.2 drive is. I don't know if I'm gonna do this. But I'm sure there's gonna be someone posting a video that's like how to easily install, and that should clear your worries up. But I'm so freaking excited that we're finally getting news about this. It's been way too long.
It's been way too long.
But to purchase one, I'm waiting until someone uses it for at least like a month or so, downloads, deletes a bunch of games.
Yeah, it's also still unclear about speeds and how comparable they are to the PS5 SSD. Yeah. Some are usable that are not as fast as the PS5s.
Mm-hmm.
stock SSD, and then some that have higher speeds might still not even work as well as the
Right.
PS5 SSD. So I want to make sure the SSD I use is going to be just as fast
Right.
as the SSD that is currently in the PS5.
Totally. I'm wondering how that would work with like I'm playing Ratchet and Clank right now, so that's like first example in my head. But specifically when you go through dimensions and stuff, there's no frame drop or anything. Like you're in and then you can go right back out, nothing, back and forth,
Right.
back and forth. I want to make sure I have that same experience on an external SSD as well, if I was to download it on that one. So,
yep.
But this is cool. I'm really excited about this. So, in the same kind of update from PlayStation, PS5, there's going to be a software beta happening right now, and it's available to download in some regions. I don't know if it's out for everybody yet. That was unclear to me, but regardless, it's beta. So it's beta, so I'm assuming it's not out for everybody yet.
No.
Okay. This comes from Games Radar. A new PS5 beta firmware appears to be out in the wild today. As first noted earlier today in the tweet below on July 29th, that's today, this morning, users have reported that a new PS5 beta firmware is now available to download in certain regions around the world. As for the update itself, the new beta firmware for the PS5 covers a lot of bases. Firstly, there appears to be a 3D audio support for TV speakers for the first time. That's pretty cool. Surely good news for those with fancy display who wants to get the most out of PS5's sound technology. I'm assuming if you have full surround sound setup and 3D audio, that's going to be pretty incredible.
It's going to be insane.
I wish I had that luxury one day. Additionally, The Verge reports that the control center can now be rearranged and customized, which is so cool.
Very nice.
The PS5 users will be able to write messages to friends and parties from within the control center itself, which is so nice. Good. Too many menus to go through for that. Yep. Elsewhere, the Friends tab is being updated with better management options. God bless. And different PS4 and 5 versions of games will appear as separate icons on the home screen. So instead of clicking the 3 little dots, clicking the PS4 version, and then launching the PS4 version, it'll be 2 separate icons, which might look weird, but there's not really a lot of reasons to have both installed. So, yeah, cool. And then we already talked about the SSD, which I'm so stoked about.
Then this reminds me, one of my desktop speakers doesn't work.
Just, what do you mean?
No sound.
Plug in the back, all that? It's just nothing?
Yep.
Huh. We'll have to check that out. We'll have to look into that.
Yep, we will.
Dang, I'm sorry.
Anyway, yeah, it's okay. Dead Space remake will include cut content from the original game. This is exciting. This comes from PC Gamer.
Yep.
Or no, PCGamesN.com.
Yeah.
Rumors of a possible remake of the original Dead Space have been floating around for a long time, but were finally validated at EA Play Live last week when the remake was officially announced for PC and next-gen consoles. Now it seems that apart from remaking and updating Dead Space 1, the team at Motive Studios will also be adding cut content from the original game. In an interview with IGN, creative director Roman Campos Oriola spoke about how the team were approaching remaking the original Dead Space and the assets they had access to. Interestingly, they explained that the team discovered content that was part of the original level design for Dead Space but was removed, which Motive is now able to put back in the remake.
Hell
Quote,
yeah.
We started with the original level design of the original Dead Space, Campos Oriola explains. What's funny is that you can see some of the iterations that were made prior to ship by the team. In the first chapter, you can see some quarters they wanted to do first in a certain way, and then you can understand why they changed it for technical constraints or some other reason. Perhaps more importantly, the team won't be adding microtransactions or repeating the most infamous mistake that Dead Space 3 made. However, the downside of all this is that it sounds like Dead Space is a very long way away.
Yeah.
Development is apparently still early, and the teaser trailer didn't even have an approximate year attached. So we might not even see it in 2022. Probably not going to see it in 2022. I'm thinking 2024.
I'll say 3.
2023? That's reasonable.
And even if it does get a release date in 2023, I wouldn't be surprised if it gets pushed to 2024, beginning of 2024. But
yeah,
I'll say holiday 2023.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
I'm excited for the Dead Space remake. It's probably going to be sweet.
I'm very excited.
I can't wait to see more. Okay, this is super exciting too. A new AAA studio has been unveiled called That's No Moon. This comes from Polygon, a team of veteran game developers who previously worked at a variety of companies, including Infinity Ward and Naughty Dog, just announced the creation of That's No Moon, a new independent development studio on Wednesday. That was yesterday. The studio will be focused on making single-player games, starting out with something in the action-adventure genre, which shouldn't come to a surprise considering that the studio's team includes developers from franchises like Uncharted and The Last of Us. That's No Moon is also partnering with Smilegate, the studio behind the multiplayer Crossfire franchise, which provided $100 million for its startup and first product. A lot of money. According to That's No Moon's CEO, Michael Mumbauer, former senior director of visual arts for Sony, the studio is well aware that the trend in gaming right now is multiplayer, but he thinks there's still plenty of room for great single-player experiences, and he quotes, "A lot of emphasis of late has been on massive multiplayer games as service," Mumbauer said in a video interview with Polygon. "And as for us, that's not the direction that we want our careers and our desires as storytellers to go. We're big proponents of the genre of single-player, narrative-driven experiences. It's something we feel passionately about. And frankly, it seems like there's still a lot of healthy appetite for those experiences. The sales figures don't seem to be going down on those in this genre. So it's just a great time for us." God bless him, dude. Think about all these people coming from these big companies. The guy from Naughty Dog is Scott Lowe, who has like a pretty good Twitter following too. I've been following him for a while through Naughty Dog. And I'm excited, dude. I'm excited for that he's attached to it. So
yeah.
This is cool. And I like the name of the studio. That's No Moon. It's cool. They it says That's No Moon, and then everything fades away except the TNM, and it all comes together in like this weird like logo thing. I was like, tight. That's cool. Sick. I like it. Very cool. Uh-huh. Yeah, so we'll see. I'm sure we'll get more news in like 5 years what they're working on.
Yeah, it's
brand new.
It's just gonna be a single player experience that I think is gonna be really cool.
Yep.
I don't know what kind of direction they would go with it. I mean, aside from action adventure.
Could be anything. I'm assuming a new
really
IP.
Could be anything.
Yeah, I hope it's a new IP.
You want to take this next one, Ben, because you're really excited about it?
Oh, I'll take this next one. Upcoming indie cyberpunk game Vigilance 2099 has a new trailer. Before we get into this, I hope they change the name to just Vigilance. Why would you, if it's a cyberpunk game, why would you put the 20-something under it when Cyberpunk 2077 has the same sort of thing? Just call it Vigilance. That's cool. This comes from NME. Upcoming cyberpunk indie video game Vigilance 2099 has been given a detailed new gameplay trailer showing combat and driving mechanics. Invoidant Studios describes the game as a, quote, cyberpunk bounty hunting game where the players can hack into patrol units, run and jump around a neon city, and drive in a futuristic vehicle. The new Vigilance 2099 trailer shows the driving mechanics along with plenty of running and rolling. It also gives an idea of combat and the kinds of foes the player/character will come up against. The influence behind Vigilance 2099 are clear, with more than one resemblance to Cyberpunk 2077 and music reminiscent of Blade Runner. The developer says he was also inspired by the canceled Prey 2 game. This looks
I miss that game every day.
Did you play Prey 1, the 2016?
No. This isn't the Prey 2 that was supposed to be a sequel to the Prey 2016. Oh. This is Prey 2 that was supposed to come out in place of Prey 2016.
Got it.
And it was very much a like cyberpunk bounty hunter. You're going around the city tracking people, having conversations,
trying to
find. Just look up the original like E3. It's like or E3 2009 or something like that. But it's this. Look up Prey 2 trailer.
Okay, I will.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I highly recommend you guys check out this trailer because I think it looks gorgeous. Obviously,
it's third person, which surprised me.
It is third person. It looks really cool. It does look early. Like
it looks very early,
but there's a 3-man dev team, so I don't know. Take that with what you will. Apparently, they've been working on it for a long time. So, and they're aiming for PC and console release.
Oh, so super ambitious.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Now it's time.
Go, James.
For our favorite part of the show and kind of the best part of the show, no one wants to admit, but it is. RFS, baby. Random fun stuff. Stories without a story. I'm going to start it off. PS5 has sold 10 million units. Question is, to who?
10% to scalpers. 9 million to other people. No, but also PlayStation and Xbox, they've both reported this is both of their fastest selling consoles ever. So cool. Somehow with even the low stock, they're selling consoles. Perfect. This also came out with a couple numbers that I want to mention real quick. So PS5 has sold 10 million units, right? They've been talking about PS5 only games. Ratchet & Clank has only sold 1 million units. So only 10% of people that have PS5 has that. Only 500,000 people bought Returnal. So like 0.5% of people with PS5s have Returnal. But
what are they playing?
PS4 games, I guess. I don't know. So I thought those are interesting numbers. They're calling Returnal a smash hit on
which
PlayStation
is weird,
with a 0.5% install base. Whereas Miles Morales, for instance, 7 million copies sold. That's 70% of people with PS5. Hit. That's a smash hit. Yeah. So those are interesting to think about. For sure. Yep.
You're up then.
Kenna Bridge of Spirits delayed to September 21st. I'm gonna go cry myself to sleep after this. I was really looking forward to playing it in August. I'm like trying to finish games. I had a schedule lined up. I was like, I'm gonna finish this and this so that when Kenna comes out, I'm ready. Now I don't have to worry about that, and school will be started by then, which means I will have basically no time for games. So that's gonna be interesting. Yep. We'll see how that goes later on.
007X Rocket League collab. The James Bond 1963 Aston Martin will be available on July 29th for Rocket League.
Pretty freaking dope. I saw the picture after you told me about this. Looks sick. New Destruction All-Stars update. I wonder if anybody cares because I think that has less downloads than Returnal and it still is free to everybody. RIP.
PS Plus games for August include Hunters Arena Legends. I don't know anything about that one. Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville. God. And Tennis World Tour 2. Okay,
pretty interesting. I got to playtest Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville for EA. And it was cool. I enjoyed it. It was sick. But I liked the original Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare shooter game.
Me too. I thought it was really fun.
But Hunters Arena Legends? James, this could be your type game. Third-person combat type dealio. Kind of medieval. Kind of like magical power type dealio. But it looks pretty sick. The graphics look good. It's a PS5 exclusive game. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
I'll download it and give it a shot. I think it's going to be a fun time. I think it could be a fun time.
It could be fun. We'll know. We'll figure it out.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us on this episode 75 of Checkpoint. We appreciate it. Sorry, it was a little bit heavy. It's a little bit heavy topic. So really, if there's one takeaway for today is like read up on all the Activision stuff. Stay informed about that because it's important stuff.
It's very important, especially if you're a gamer.
And just in general. I think in general, it's big. It's big news.
To know what's going on. Yeah.
Yep, totally. So yeah, again, thank you guys. Episode 75. James, any closing words?
Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to follow us on Twitch. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. Don't forget to maybe you can throw us a little sub on Twitch if you feel especially generous. And don't forget to leave a review on audio platforms. Finn?
Big. This is big, guys. Go to YouTube if you can. We are about to have our first video hit 10,000 views on YouTube.
Yeah,
we are like 200 views away right now, or 250 views away. If you guys could check that video out, that would mean so much. That's a big milestone for us.
Battlefield 2042
Portal
reaction.
Yeah. So that'd mean a lot. Thanks, guys. And then anything else? No, I think that's it. I think that's about a wrap.
That's a wrap.
And you can use code strictlycasual on manscaped.com for 20% off your order and free shipping. Yeah, thank you, Manscaped. Okay, and I'm gonna roll this outro. I'll see you guys. Peace out next week. Bye-bye.